Search and rescue efforts are underway in Rafah after Israeli airstrikes on a refugee camp. Officials in Gaza say 45 people have been killed, many of them women and children. Israeli defense forces say they targeted and killed 2 senior Hamas figures in what they're calling a precise airstrike. The IDF says it will review the killings of civilians. The strike comes amid increased international pressure on Israel to halt its offensive in the region. CTV's Colton Praill is tracking this from Ottawa. He joins me now with more. So, Colton, where are we today after a weekend that saw strikes on both sides, with Hamas sending rockets into Tel Aviv and then Israel responding by that assault on the camp?
Marcia, really, it's been a day of international outcry over this attack in Rafah, which did come, as you mentioned, after that incident where we saw missiles fired into Tel Aviv for the first time in almost 4 months. And Israel's responding, saying that attack, that missiles fired from Rafah to Tel Aviv, highlights the need to continue their assault in Rafah. It highlights the need for strikes like this in light of the ICJ ruling on Friday, ordering them to halt their attacks. They say until Hamas is completely dismantled, that they can't give up this assault. But it's not being received well by international allies or by other countries across the world. We've seen France come out today, Macron saying that he was outraged by this attack, asking them specifically to follow the ICJ ruling on Friday. We've seen condemnation from Turkey, from Egypt as well. Even the EU chief of foreign policy has come out and spoken out, not only just against this, but also against the categorization of the ICC, Karim Khan, as anti-Semitic in their search for arrest warrants for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. There has been significant international reaction to this strike, specifically because it is in an area that the Palestinian Red Crescent said was designated for displaced people. It is an area where the IDF had previously told those living in Rafah to head towards just a few days ago prior to this assault. And so there is immense international concern around this attack. There's also concern from some countries, Qatar specifically, that this strike could hamper negotiations, which are supposed to begin tomorrow. But that's now in the balance as well. Were already relatively tenuous. And the response here is one of really true international concern.
Right. And we're just looking at pictures of the fire that was ignited by that strike. So, Colton, thank you very much for that update. We'll check in with you again throughout the morning.